Yo, I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want. So tell me what you want, what you really, really want. I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want. So tell me what you want, what you really, really want. I wanna.
Welcome to the Mateen Show. Your host, Mateen. Today we're talking about the causes of the Civil War. There are many causes that led to the Civil War, one being the split between the North and the South in economic and social differences. The economy in the South was based on the production of cotton and supported by slave labor. Southern farmers that owned a plantation growing cotton were in favor of slavery. The North's economy was more diverse, having a mix of factories, agriculture based on grain, shipbuilding, and transportation. It was more industry-based, versus the South leaning more towards agriculture. The North didn't need a slavery in order to progress economically, whereas the South relied on it heavily. Okay, so this is Jefferson Davis. You guys might also know him as Road One. He's like he was the president of the Confederacy, and I guess that means pretty important. Okay, another cause to the Civil War was the election of Abraham Lincoln. The South particularly was not happy because Abraham Lincoln, he seemed to be favoring the interests of the North. He opposed the expansion of slavery into new Western territories and served as one of the most influential advocates of free soil. In the 1860 election victory, 7 southern states seceded from the Union. Lincoln's job was to prevent disunion by any means necessary, but his attempts to negotiate failed. And within the first few months of his tenure, the divided nation was engaged in a full-blown civil war. Okay, so a couple hundred years ago, I got a video of Abraham Lincoln and his thoughts on what happened in the Civil War. So let's just listen to what he had to say.
Well, you know, I never ever really lie. So, I'm telling you the truth. I never wanted to end slavery. All I wanted was to keep the Unions together. My main motive was just to unify the Unions and never to either stop slavery. But if I had to stop slavery, then that's something I would do.
Okay, so another cause of the Civil War was the Missouri Compromise. So that basically created the Mason-Dixon line, and it's also known as the 36th parallel in the United States. And what it did was it basically separated the North and South. Everything above the North, well, everything above the imaginary line was slave free, but okay, any states below were able to own slaves. Yeah, so basically it just divided those two in, divisions and stuff like that. But okay, so another cause of the Civil War was the states versus federal rights. Okay, so the first organized form of government after the American Revolution was the Articles of Confederation. The 13 states formed this. It was a very loose confederation. It was very weak. Problems arose real quick. The weakness of this form of government caused the leaders during this time period to come together at the Constitutional Convention and create the U.S. Constitution. People like Thomas Jefferson and Patrick Henry, they were not actually present in this meeting, and many felt that the new Constitution ignored the rights to states to continue to act independently. They felt that the states should still have the right to decide if they're willing to accept certain federal acts. This resulted in the idea of nullification, whereby the state would have the right to rule federal acts unconstitutional. All this eventually led to move towards secession, which was really, really tough. Yeah. Okay, there's a bunch of other stuff about the Civil War you guys need to know, obviously, but since it was such a broad topic, I only focused on some of the causes. So, yeah, Miss Smith, do your thing. Show me what's up.